What's the first and most important thing for your videos that get viewers to watch them? Now we're into videos so much and the editing and how it looks and everything else, but realize when a viewer comes to your video, the first and most important thing that they're going to decide whether or not to watch your video is the thumbnail. They're scrolling along on their computer and they see that thumbnail, then they click and watch it. That's the first thing they see. So let's take a look at making a thumbnail. Now, I'm not the most greatest thumbnail maker in the world. I'm also not the worst. I do them simply. They're good. They suffice. People watch the videos. I'll show you how I do them, and you can modify what I do after you learn how to do it, if you don't know already, and modify them to your own way of doing things and what works for you. So I shot my video and all the component parts of it. It's actually the video you're watching right now. Now what I need, the first thing I need to make a thumbnail. The way I make a thumbnail is the cheap and dirty way. I go in here and I purposefully, at the end of this video, made something like that, and then something like that, and then changed it up and looked left and right like that. I'm wondering which one of these would make a good thumbnail. So I basically scroll through this thing. That's okay. That's all right. Left, right. Maybe. That one may be good. Thumbs up. Yeah. Actually, I like the first one the best. Probably take that one. So the way I do this is I go tilde key to make this big like that. So what I do is I use the Windows snipping tool. It's free. It comes with the system. I'm able to simply go here. I say I want a new snip. I can just take the piece that I want right there. Boop. That's what I want. Control S. Notice I was trying all these different ones. So I Control S and I save, and then I can pick which one I want. So let's close the snippy tool. Let's go look at all the different ones that I snipped to see which one I like. Here's number 1. Oh, actually I like 1. Here's number 2. 1 or 2. I like 1 better, actually. I like 1 better. So delete 2. 3. Nope. I like 1 better. 4. Nope. 5. Nope. That one. That one. Nope. Yeah. It's funny, isn't it? The first one. I like the first one. I like that one the best. Let's close that. Doop. So now I have this snip sitting here all ready to go. Now I keep on every one of my videos, look at this, 561. That's this video. If you go up one, go look, there's 561, 560, 559, 558, etc. Let's go into 559. You look in here, there's my thumbnail that I made there with a snip. I have all my thumbnails. So what I do when I make a new thumbnail is I just copy this one, which is the Photoshop, and I just paste it into a new folder into what I'm making, which is what I did right here. So what I will do is I will open this and be ready to start editing. Let's open this up. And here we are in Photoshop. Now notice this is the last, one of my last videos I made. Now this guy up here, I just Control click to select each of these things. That one, that one, that one. So each of these things, this is not going to be Premiere Pro. This is going to be a Photoshop. So I'll probably go grab an icon for Photoshop there. This is title stuff. This background is just what I use for backgrounds. And there is what I use. There's me like sticking my thumb up in the air. That's what I'll use that other piece that I took in here. Let me show you how. Let's go find that piece that I saved. There it is right there. We're going to drag that into this one somewhere. Boop. There we are. So that one's going to replace this one. So let me pick this one. Doop. I'll get rid of that one. Boop. The first thing I want to do is I want to get rid of all this stuff around me. What I do is I go up to select, and then I pick subject. Watch this. Bam. It just selected the subject perfectly, and all the things around there and everything else just perfectly. Now that's all I want. And the way I need to separate that from this, the first thing I need to do is I'm going to need to take this script that I have and right click on the name. I'm going to rasterize it. That's so I can cut and copy and paste and everything else. Boom. Now I have this thing. It's rasterized. Now when I see that X, took it out, Let's undo that. So what I want to do in this particular layer is I want to reverse the selection. I want to select everything outside rather than this, the opposite of that. Control Shift I. Now what it did was it selected everything outside of that instead of, so when I pick delete and I delete what's now selected, bam, there I am. Everything else is gone. Control G to deselect. There I am. There's my guy right there. Boom. Now I can take him and I can move him wherever I want. Now usually I'll stick him in here, maybe make him a little bigger, like that, maybe like that. Hit return. That's kind of how I want that guy, like that. Now the first thing I do, save, the first thing I do so I don't forget, it's a little dull. So what I want to do is I want to sharpen this. I'm just going to sharpen the whole thing very quickly. And to do that, I simply go to Filter, Sharpen, and I usually select Sharpen More. It just does a little bit more. Watch the image when I select this. Boom. See that? Undo. See how it's kind of dullish? That sharpens it up. Makes it look a lot better. Let's undo, redo. Now, you go like this. You go, oh, it's so pixelated. Look, you're not going to, no one's going to be looking at it that big. So now we have our image over there. The next thing I want to do with this image to make it good, that I always do, because this is a little soft, as I zoom way up here, I go grab the brush tool, I click on that, and I have the brush tool set to 25%, and I have it currently set, you can see down here, you can see I have it set to white. So I have about 25%. That gives me a lot of leeway. I can really zoom up on the eyes, and all I do is I just go in and I take these and I whiten these like this. Doop. A little bit around there. Come over here and whiten this part. Zoop. A little bit. Come over here and whiten this part. It's not my eyes, it's the lighting. Come over here. Whiten this part. Now if I do it again, the first time I did it was about that way. The second time it'll be whiter. See how now it's like whiter than it was? Add some whiteness in there. Add some more whiteness in here. White, 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 white. Let's come over here and get this white side. Doot, 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 doot. Then come over here and get this white side. Soup, 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 soup. Now it's white. Notice how the eyes are much whiter now. It draws the attention of the eyes. Save it, and I pretty much got what I want there. I'm done. I don't want to mess around with all this other stuff. Okay, now we're going to label it. What am I going to call this thing? I have one there. I have one there. Now I need to decide what I'm going to call the video. And what I mean by call it, I mean for the thumbnail. One word is usually good. 2 words is usually good. Video before this was it. I called it tips. That's all I called it. Because the person's viewing and you throw a lot of text at them, they can't read it, gets too small. I want to do one thing on this. So let's see, what the heck am I going to call this thing? Now this video is obviously about thumbnails, so maybe let's do this. Thumb, it's really big. Let me grab this thing, let me copy, paste this thing. We'll make this one nail. Thumbnails. Boop. That's pretty big. Usually to make this a little better, I'm going to use the icon up there. Let's grab this, and this, and this. Let's make them a little bit smaller. Kind of right about there maybe. Something like that. Okay, now the thumb is too big. I usually will make one of them smaller than the other. Boop. Usually make this one like, something like this. You know, thumbnails. Just add a little, yeah, thumbnails. I like it. Save it, boom. So now we got our text in there. We have me in there. Now we need to go, what are we going to do for our background here? Like what kind of background am I going to do? This is really simple. I'll show you what I've done. Over here, remember I copy every single Photoshop one that I do. I copied it and make a new one. And here's why I copy the last one. Because in here, I have stuck all my backgrounds. These are free backgrounds. I just went and searched on a web and I said, hey, I just want to see backgrounds. Then grab them and put them into here. Now, every time I copy the project, I have all these backgrounds available. So I can just flip through these. Boop. Aha. That's what I've done. I'm way down at the bottom. I shouldn't be there. Let's get me all the way to the top. Bam. Now we're good. So now I scroll down to all these backgrounds and I can go, oh, how does that one look? Well, that's okay. Let's try the next one. Boop. Try that one. Boop. Ooh, I kind of like that. Might use that. Let me click out of here so I can get the clickies out of there. I like that one. Let's look at the next one. It's kind of cool. This one. Maybe. I used that on my last video. I might use that one. This one. Nope. This one. Nope. I just grabbed all these backgrounds, downloaded all the background photos. That's kind of nice. Downloaded all the background photos and kept downloading things until I went, hey, I can use these. Now what's happening is, am I going to run out? Yeah, after about 20 videos, I'm going to reuse them. That's kind of nice. That's probably the one I'm going to use. I like that one. I used that a long time ago. So I'm just going to use that background, use this thing. So I've selected this one. I got out of the tools down here. And I have drop shadow right there. Boom. So I've added a drop shadow. Yeah, you could see that's pretty significant drop shadow. It's actually looks pretty good. Now I could do whatever I want with this thing. I could change the opacity. Let's say I change it to 50%. So I could just add it subtly like that. Maybe I'll do it like that. Just add a little depth like that. Just say, okay. Now I got my thing. I got my little drop shadow. I got my title here. This thing I'll change. And I got my background. Now this is a Premiere Pro thing. And what I want is an icon for Photoshop. This is very simple. Let's just go to the web. Boop. And let's go to Photoshop icon. Hit that. It's right there's the image for Photoshop. Boom. I can just grab that thing. It's from Wikipedia, so these are free, and that's the most current one. Let's go see what that looks like. That's sitting there. If I right click, save image as, it's going to save it as a PNG, which is exactly what I want. I'll just save it on a desktop. That's fine. Let's call it Photoshop icon. I'm just doing that so I remember it. I'm going to delete it a little bit. We can close this now. Don't need that anymore. Now let's go find our Photoshop icon that we just grabbed, which is going to be on our desktop somewhere. Hello, there you are. Let's drag that over there. Bip. Way too big, of course. Make it might as well make it like the same size, right about like that. Bink. Good. Make that big again. Now what we've done, let's do this. Let's rasterize that so we can use it. What we've done here is we want what we did to the other, see this icon here? Doop, doop. What we did was we add some stuff down here. What we want to do is let's grab this stuff that we did to that icon. Let's drag it up and do it to this icon. Boop. And then we can get rid of this icon because we got rid of it. Boop. So now you got like a shadow around it and stuff like that. There's our Photoshop icon. Watch this. Boop, 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 boop. That's what it looks like. Well, that's not bad. I might rearrange this a little, do some things with it. Maybe I grab this thing and I stick this over here, or stick it down here and grab this text. Boop, both of those texts. I put that up there. You know, it's okay. But usually I do it like this and it works. Now this and this I can make bigger. Zoop, because remember that's behind there. So I can make it bigger to fill it up a little bit. Boom. Cool. Save it. Now I press Alt, Control, Shift, S. Control S is save. Alt, Control, Shift, S is, you're asking to save it as an image. See here it's set to JPEG. That's what I want. Now I don't want that because I'm in the wrong place. That one. Now we go down to, there it is. Doot doot. This is going to be the image for this episode. We're going to save it. Do-do-do-do. We're done with that. We save that. We can quit that. Boom. Go back to here. This is the Photoshop file. I don't need this thing anymore. Let's delete that. Boom. Save. So let's say I uploaded this video to YouTube. When I go to my YouTube channel, which is right here, I haven't uploaded these yet, but I'll show you how you do this. I select this. Boop. Let's say this is the video I uploaded, right? We just scroll down here. It's going to be right there. Normally, you'll just see an indicator that it's there. All you do is you click on these three dots, boop, and you say change. It's asking you to go find this thing, to upload it. Let's go find it. Was in here, was in here. Aha, there it is. Doodly-doot. Look at that. Put it there. And what'll happen is it'll show you this. This is just showing me what it was before I save it. It'll show you this. And all you do on this thing is you save. I'm not going to do this. I will when I upload this and get it ready to post, but that's how you upload this thing, and that's how you make a thumbnail, and that's how it's really simple. I could usually do this in maybe, depending on how much I mess with, 10 minutes, sometimes 20 minutes at the most. It's usually 5 or 10 minutes I mess around with a thing, grab a background, do something with it. I'd say about 10 minutes for my thumbnails. Now, of course, now that you got your swanky new thumbnail all worked out and how you're going to do yours and how you're going to post it, the next most important thing is going to be, of course, your audio while you're talking to the person, while you're playing your music or whatever. We'll cover that in other videos. I hope that helps. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Okay, just so you remember, the most important. Ready? Let's go. This one? Mm-mm. This one? Mm-mm. Whoa. So just so I'm clear and I don't get in any trouble with anybody or some parents come along and blame me, this is a thumbnail. You do not use it to nail things in or you will hurt your thumb. Get it? Thumbnail is not a hammer. It isn't what you use to nail things in. So little kids watching this, please don't nail in stuff with your thumb or I will get in trouble with your moms, okay?